Good morning, y'all. Hope you guys are having a good start to your Monday, December 9th. We're live inside Results 1. Good morning, good morning. I am Trooper Steve. This is Trooper Steve on patrol with WKMG News 6, clickorlando.com, our YouTube channel, News 6 Plus, and of course, if you're watching on our News 6 app, where we stream all our good stuff. So, you guys send me messages, right? And sometimes I check on things, sometimes I don't. And I go out there and I thoroughly enjoy arriving blind. And this is one that I had seen, sent a message out, never really got anything back on it. But we're here in East, I don't know, maybe Central Orange County. I like to think Central's more closer to, a little bit closer to I-4. But let me pull up the exact email that I got here. So, we are a community waiting for traffic light that's been installed for about a month. And before that, we've been waiting 2 years. Will it be too much to ask for it to be working as soon as possible before another accident happens? You know, we call them crashes. And they're talking about the intersection out here at specifically, where am I at? I am at Millinocket and, yeah, I just drew a blank. Millinocket and, not Old Cheney. I keep thinking I'm at Old Cheney, but it's not. Chickasaw Trail. Duh. All right. So I drove through the intersection and I was really surprised. Why was I really surprised? Because I saw a light crew out here, a complete utility light crew out here rocking and rolling. So I'm going to pull up just a little bit, and it does look like that crew is now gone. But you know what's really interesting? I'm going to show you what's really interesting. Before I just bury the lead of what we're talking about, I at least need to have you on here for 10 minutes or so, right? So anytime a project happens, you need to think about this at first, for the first part. There is a lot of red tape that needs to take place in order for things to happen. A survey must be conducted. Then a crew must go out. That survey must get approved. Then a budget must be developed. Then that budget must be approved. Then obviously they put out contractors and things like that. So it does take time, sometimes a long time. So that is one thing to understand too. 2 years for a traffic light, unless a significant emergency happens, sometimes that happens. So we're northbound on Chickasaw here, and look what is working this morning. We have a fully functioning traffic light here at Millinocket and Chickasaw Trail. When I was out here earlier, maybe 15-20 minutes ago, there were crews all over the place here getting this light working. So we're going to go right on Millinocket, meaning east on Millinocket Lane, and just kind of drive around here this morning and check it out. Now, I can understand why you'd want a traffic light here. So I used to patrol this side of town many, many years, and personally, I had never driven on Millinocket privately. Working, I have, and when I saw this email, I laughed because I was in a little bit of a chase over here once for a driver who, you better watch it, for a driver who didn't want to stop for the blue lights, and so I quickly went back to that memory. Very residential road. Look at this. It's 2 lanes, one east, one west, and yeah. Just making sure the camera transition there. And there's a curve in the roadway once you hit 417. So I could understand why anybody that's seeing traffic improvements would want those traffic improvements installed rather quickly. Because let's be real, something caused that to happen. So Millinocket turns into Easton Street, and then look at this. It drops you dead into a neighborhood. This is very strange. Very strange. I am going to get turned around because, you know what, we don't need to be driving through this neighborhood this morning. And but that is interesting. I did not know that it did that. There's a little bit of a cul-de-sac, so that makes it easier for us to get turned around. So that's something to keep in mind when you're commuting. You may be headed somewhere because your GPS tells you, hey, take Millinocket to this street, or take A to B. I'm just using it as an example. And yet you're commuting somewhere, but it could be taking you dead into the middle of someone's residential community. And that's something to keep in mind. So stay hydrated, guys. Stay hydrated. So if you're joining us this morning, I received an email about the traffic light at Millinocket and Chickasaw, that it was installed, but if you guys remember, we had the same situation out in Pine Hills. And ironically, the power of streaming, within a couple of days of us visiting that intersection, suddenly the light was working. I'm not saying we did it. I'm not saying I did it. I'm just saying it got done, right? So when you're seeking for those official answers on why things get delayed, I just wanted to read it formally to you, what I wrote this morning, is the technical setup, okay? So the calibration, final checks of electrical systems, coordination with utility. The power has to come from somewhere. They don't just plug it in because they're the county. They need to make sure that the surrounding infrastructure is ready to rock and roll. Government approvals, I talked about that. That's the stuff that takes forever. Waiting for green light. Right? But from city or county officials. This is a county intersection. So obviously, whoever the county commissioner is out in this area, they have to sign off on things. They have to know about, you're adding a traffic control device, and you can't just at whim do stuff like that. So there is a method to the madness, guys. So as we're south here on Eaton, it does turn into Millinocket. And we're going to head west on Millinocket and go towards Chickasaw Trail. This is unincorporated Orange County. Easton Street turns into westbound Millinocket. And Millinocket goes all the way right there. You can see where it ends, right into Chickasaw, where the new traffic light is fully functioning at this point. But what do we see on both sides of the road? We only see residential homes. So I could understand a viewer's gripe, a complaint, genuine complaint that, hey, look, they got it up there, let's go, chop chop, because they've been waiting for quite some time. But it's to no fault. The county's not, believe me, if we could approve a traffic light and have it up within days, county officials would love that. There's no fun in waiting for any of this stuff. So anytime you see a traffic light, obviously you want to begin to slow your speed. Talk some basic things here this morning, and as you approach it. But think about if this traffic light wasn't there. So if someone's speeding here, lose control, they would be going into a wall, into someone's backyard. This entire intersection is residential. So we'll make a right from westbound Millinocket to northbound Chickasaw. Remember, you stop at the stop bar first, and you could tell this place has been just recently updated and installed, because look at this. Fresh sidewalk, fresh pavement, everything looking brand new crosswalk out here. So they were just out here this morning when I got here, which was fairly interesting to show off this morning. When I showed up, to my surprise, I was like, oh, well, look at that. Well, look at that. So we got to do every corner of the intersection. Thank goodness it's only a three-way, so we'll get turned back. We'll head south, and we'll call it a day, simply because the intersection is complete, guys. So there is a new crosswalk. Now with the light functioning, the crosswalk is active. There's a light and a button there. Remember, depending on which way you want to cross is the button you push. The button will always face the direction in which you want to cross, and that's something to make sure that you keep in mind. All right, so we're going to turn around real quick here in this beautiful church parking lot, Centro Familia Apostolos. All right, and we will head south on Chickasaw and go towards Millinocket one more time, and then we'll wrap this. Super easy on a Monday, guys. Super, super easy. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Make sure you're staying up on weather, because look, it's already 74 outside. It's going to drop again. We're going to get some rain. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos really giving us a roller coaster this week. Nothing too crazy, but we'll all have the sniffles by Friday. So southbound on Chickasaw, approaching Millinocket. Millinocket formerly did not have a traffic light. Now they installed one, and was contacted by a viewer that, hey, it's installed, why isn't it working? We get out here this morning, there was a crew here, and this thing is fully functioning. So you got to pay attention. If you're a new driver out here, speed limit 35 miles an hour through the intersection. No matter where you look or where you stand at that intersection, it is residential. So that is something to keep in mind with a new traffic light. Obviously, it is clear. You can see it from a mile away, so there's no visibility issues out there. There's nothing obstructing your view. The only thing that I would say that you would have to be cautious about something new is that it is new, it is there, and it could slow you down, as it should. Because obviously if they put it there, they determined we need something out here. So thank you to the viewer who sent me that. Remember, you can always hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, X, email me. I have 2 separate email accounts, smontiero@wkmg.com. I also have AskTrooperSteve@wkmg.com, and you can send me anything there, whether it's a complaint, a gripe, you want me to check something out, you want me to attend one of your events. That's where you contact me, guys, so we can do stuff just like this. So super easy, super short today. I'm glad this intersection is going. I'll update the web article to let people know that, hey, this intersection is looking great. But drive safely today. We have a full week, and then those holiday shuffle starts. So I'll be off all of next week. So there'll be a little reruns. We'll have a good time. But until then, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Have a blessed day.